Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video which contains the brand new EFL season which kicks off this Friday, which is going to be an epic match. And not just on Friday, it is indeed my birthday. So subscribe, like, comment and share, because this is my EFL Championship and tomorrow the League One predictions. So we have got here in 3, 2, 1, and we have got here we have got Birmingham first. Second place is Southampton. Third is Wrexham. Fourth, Coventry. Ipswich fifth. Blackburn sixth. And at the bottom, who will be getting relegated, in my thinking, is Stoke City, Sheffield Wednesday, and QPR. So, excuse me, let's see. Let's see what I think on the EFL season and why I chose the top 6 and the bottom relegated sides. So let's begin with the relegated sides, of course. QPR, last place. QPR, what can I say about QPR? They have been up and down, but lately they have been down the table, of course, QPR. And it is going to be interesting to see how QPR do this season. It is going to be interesting. Of course, QPR, at the time of recording, play my team Cardiff City, of course, away at their ground. I was about to say Carroll Road, but that's Norwich. QPR last. I think that QPR is going to be struggling this season, because last season they were 15th, escaped relegation, of course. Only 14 wins all season. They need to pick up the goals, QPR, if they are to... they need to pick up the wins, not the goals. So 14 wins, 14 draws, and 18 losses. Wow, they have scored 53 goals and conceded 63. Now, that is not good reading for QPR. Of course, more teams below them last season did get worse off. But 14 wins, I think the top 6 had 17 wins, but that was like Bristol City. So, QPR are predicting is going down. Last place. Second to bottom last is Sheffield Wednesday. It is well known now, Sheffield Wednesday struggles, of course, with the owner and all that juicy jazz. It is going to be, of course, I'm reading the headline as recording now. I'm reading it like so. It says, Sheffield Wednesday stand closure latest with further doubt cast over the future. Now, Sheffield Wednesday probably deserves to be in the Prem. It is a sleeping giant, as people say. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the development of Sheffield Wednesday, because it's going to be, a lot of things have been, it says here, secret friendly agreed terms, of course. It says here, issues on and off the pitch ahead of the season. Of course, as I just said, the stand will close. well, I don't know if, I think it's closed. The rejection of a safety certificate to grant usage of Sheffield Wednesday's North Stand at Hillsborough is very possible. So they're not going to be given, it looks like they're not going to be given access to their stand. So revenue will be out of the question for Sheffield Wednesday, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they actually do. Just checking on the news of it now, so because there are a lot of people predicting Sheffield Wednesday to go down this season just because of the headlines they're making now. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Right, let's see. So it says here, just one little breaking, well, not breaking, but one little news from them. It says that obviously a striker or attacker for Sheffield Wednesday is off to another club. Preston has snapped up Michael Smith's from the Sheffield Wednesday camp, and it's going to be interesting to see how many players leave the club in the light of this news. Next up, we have got is Stoke City. Stoke is a weird team. Overall, they are a team where it's going to be interesting to see what happens. They're a bit like Cardiff last season. They could have easily got relegated into League One. They're a team where no one will ever know exactly where they'll end up. And I think Stoke this season will be relegated to League One. I'm just checking on the table here. Yeah, so last season Stoke ended up 18th, 12 wins, 15 draws, 19 losses. They only scored 45 goals and conceded 62. Only 51 points overall, leaving them 18th in the table last season. So they are desperately needing some quality in the team, and hopefully they do get that for their sake, because 12 wins is not enough. Of course, you got Cardiff, my team, only had 9 wins, of course, but that was a outlier because Cardiff were very, very poor last season. Yeah, the last place. So Stoke had 12 wins, ended up 18th, but Luton, the last place team in the relegation, had 13 wins. So that means that if Stoke would have drawn or lost more games, then Stoke easily could have went down. But I do think that this season will be the season Stoke City will go down. Next up, we are looking at the people who escaped relegation now. The 21st, 20th, 19th, 18th and 17th. So let's go from bottom to top. Preston. A lot of people think Preston might go down. I mean, it's not out of the question really that Preston could go down. But yeah, it won't be a huge shock to see if Preston go down or not, because they need some quality players, they do, Preston. And yeah, Hull City next up. I mean, I'm predicting Hull to have a relatively similar season to this season. Of course, there'll be loads of unpredictability things happening this season in the Championship, like sackings of managers and all that juicy jazz. And yeah, Hull will be escaping a relegation. Next up is Charlton. I feel Charlton is a team who are a bit like Portsmouth. They can adapt to the Championship easily, But yeah, 19th position for Charlton. Not a bad season for them in the Championship. Back to the Championship. Of course, they were in the Championship a couple of seasons ago. Probably a long time ago. Let's see how far ago. Charlton were in the was in the Premier League. Was in the Championship. So let's see. So they were last in the Championship in 2016, so 9 years ago, and so yeah, they were last in the Championship in 2016, so 9 years ago, and yeah, I have one of them feelings that Charlton are going to do well this season. I don't know if it's a good feeling or a bad feeling, but they are going to be doing good this season. I'm predicting anyway. Next step is Pompey, of course. Pompey is a good team, a strong team, and a team that need desperate additions to the squad. So yeah, Pompey is a team that are notoriously strong at home, and they are 14th. They were 16th, so they are the one team that escaped relegation last season. So yeah, Pompey, I'm predicting, are going to be doing good this season. Now the Jacks. Alright, I know, I heard all about Snoop Dogg and Modric, but how much of their money is going to be pumped into the club just because they have probably a small stake in the club, like a co-owner or part ownership or whatever. But yeah, I'm not too confident in Swansea doing well this season because, let's face it, unless they spend on good quality players, like really good quality, like years ago when they got promoted to the Premier League and stayed there for whiles, and yeah, unless they spend like mega bucks on quality players, like players from Southampton, let's just say, then they will get shooting up to the table. But yeah, Swansea, I'm predicting 17th, and yeah, it's going to be a long season for Swansea. Next up, Oxford. Oxford's self-explanatory. They're doing wonders this season, although they did lose a player or two already. I'm predicting them to do a better job than last season. Don't get me wrong, the relegation fight this season will be even more tough, and I'm expecting big name teams to go down. So yeah. Next up, you've got Norwich. Norwich mid-table-ish, 15th. Now, the 10th to Oxford in 16th could go anywhere. So I'll be lucky if one of them, like if I nail one position. So let's just read them off quickly. Norwich 15th. They could do better than that. Watford 14th, they could do better than that. Millwall 13th, likewise, they could do better. Borough could do better. Leicester could do better. Derby. Now, Derby is an interesting one because I predicted Derby here to shoot up the table only because they probably, well, they got the experience of the Championship, of course, and they have got a lot of promise in the team. So, yeah. Derby, I'm predicting, will be 10th. And that's a big jump up to last season where they nearly got relegated. So, yeah. Sheffield United, 9th. Now, these are the teams now who, I mean, how unpredictable is the Championship? You've got massive teams here who could easily, like, scrape through the playoffs or get top 2. So you've got big teams like Borough, Leicester, Sheffield United, West Brom, Bristol City. Of course, these teams are notoriously known for the playoffs and top 2. But I am predicting Leicester will have a big fall from grace. Then you've got Sheffield United will have a great big fall from grace. I mean, I don't think any, apart from Sheffield United fans, other than their fans, I don't think many EFL fans want Sheffield United to be top 2, only to get relegated the season after, of course. So yeah, West Brom, they could be 6th or 5th in the table. Of course, West Brom, they are not the massive team they used to be when they were in the Prem and all that, but who knows, they could spring a surprise on the table. Bristol City, of course, they done wonders to get in the playoffs, but didn't do much in the playoffs. Bit disappointing in Bristol City. I thought they'd do pretty well in the playoffs, but yeah, I mean, imagine Bristol in the Premier League, the team who have not touched on their pit, they've not even walked out on their stadium in the Premier League ever. So yeah, then you got the playoffs. So Blackburn Rovers, they are notoriously known for reaching there and thereabouts, so I'm predicting big things for Blackburn Rovers. Ipswich, I'm predicting big things for them. They obviously will not be quite in the window. Of course, they're gonna have the parachute payments to spend on good players to get them where I'm predicting them to be. Coventry 4th. I mean, Lampard is doing wonders for the team, of course. Wrexham. Now everyone's thinking, where's Wrexham in all of this? Where are the Hollywood owner Wrexham? I'm predicting them to be 3rd. No. A lot of people would think they would be even lower than the playoffs, but I'm predicting 3rd because Wrexham will have the stardom, will have the top players being lured towards the Dragons, of course, because of the Hollywood owners. And yeah, a few good players already have joined Wrexham AFC. So I'm just seeing the recent results for Wrexham here. They have played in New Zealand, of course, against Wellington Phoenix. They lost 1-0. They played Sydney FC 2-1 to Sydney. Then they beat Melbourne 3-0. So, and their first game of the season, I will be doing like a prediction every weekend, of course, for the Championship and League One, because obviously my team Cardiff will be in that league, unfortunately. So I would be doing a prediction either the day before the season kicks off or on said day, because it'll be on the Friday night normally. And yeah, so yeah, they have they have signed a few players. They have Wrexham, and yeah, it's going to be they signed George Thompson. They did look at players from Cardiff, of course. George Thomason from Bolton Wanderers. And yeah, and it says here, Danny Ward. So they signed former Liverpool goalkeeper Danny Ward. Of course, he played for Leicester and all that jazz. So Danny Ward, a solid goalkeeper for Wrexham. Obviously, Plymouth forward Ryan Hardy, fantastic player for Plymouth, of course, and yeah, and they also welcomed Liberato Casasi in a club record deal worth £2.2 million, which is going to be interesting to see how much the overall spend of Wrexham will be. So that just leaves the top two, and that is Southampton. Of course, they're probably the biggest club in the Championship, of course, but they will have the parachute payments from last season going down to Championship, of course. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Southampton's progress throughout this season, to see where they end up. It's going to be very, very close, like 1 or 2 points in it between Wrexham and Southampton, I'm predicting. And Birmingham, yeah, so Birmingham, everyone's predicting them to be top 2, so I don't think that is a big surprise. But that is that for today. Join me tomorrow for League One season predictions. And thank you for watching. Subscribe if you are new and you love to watch football content every week, every day. And I will, guys, see you there tomorrow. Thank you for watching and goodbye.